Holy smokes, everybody, it's here. Holy moly, live action. Oh, yeah. Now you know what this is. So the Analogue 3D has released. Oh, yeah. It's released like crazy. Everybody will be getting their orders very, very soon. If you haven't gotten it, you will be getting it before December 1st. That's right. Or at least they will all ship completely until December 1st, and then they should be done with shipping. So you might get it just past December 1st for some of you, which is next week. Unfortunately, this is how it is. My shipment was scheduled to be Monday, and it was the most weirdest thing. The weirdest thing, right? Same thing that Mad Little Pixel was talking about. Mine got shipped to Indiana and Indianapolis, and I was thinking, I am nowhere near Indiana. Why is it going way past my area? Way past. Like, how many states over do we have to go? Like, okay, this came from California. It came from Rancho Dimacalo, California. So, on your way here, why didn't you just drop it off? You know? But that's how it is, right? So, when I got it, it was delayed. I had gotten a message, Thursday or something last week, and then it's Friday, I got a message, and then, of course, the whole weekend, it said it was apparently in Indiana, so I have no idea what the heck they were thinking. And it said Monday was to be delivered, and then it got delayed to Tuesday. So it did get delivered. And this is what your box is going to look like. So, obviously, I removed the shipping sticker because, you don't need to know everything. But this is what it's going to look like. It's going to come in a box, brown box. It could be a box from China. We're not sure. Now, there is some sort of thing as soon as you go to open this. Now, they say to update your controller to follow these steps. So there is a firmware and a controller firmware, and there's a reason for this. That's because there are some issues, so you have to do this in order for it to work good. You're going to see this card right away on your order, okay? And there's nothing on the back. So we're doing an unboxing, and we're going to have this Analogue 3D completely set up. We're going to do unboxing. We're going to show you gameplay, and to be honest, I have so much Nintendo 64 stuff, I couldn't even put it all out. I was like, I want to have every console, and I want to get my other Nintendo 64 and put that. No. I wanted to get this, I wanted to get that. And it's just like, you know what? It doesn't even matter anymore. Who cares? Talk about stuff, I was like, let me get all the boxes out. No, let's not do that. So, this day and age, we're going to unbox this thing. We're going to show video of 4K. We're going to show the setup. These controllers that you get, you definitely are going to have to update them. And make sure that it's set to D on the back here. Okay, so as you can see, S is for the Switch, Nintendo Switch, and D is for digital, all other content. So there's a D switch. Put it on D. Make sure you update the thing. And 8-bit do, everybody. So, here it is. Now, a lot of other people got it before me. I'm not as enthusiastic or hyped up as I should be because, like Nintendo and like PlayStation and like Xbox, when they release a game system, you don't get to see it until the day of. They will show you the system, but they don't go showing it to like all these like YouTubers and stuff and all that. So, hence the word here, it is what it is, right? Because Nintendo, they got like the Switch 2 coming out, and only Nintendo showed you tidbits of it and sneak peeks. They didn't go and throw it out there and let people review it. So, reviewers got it the day that they talked about, which they got it before the day. And then a lot of people with priority shipping already got it over the weekend and on Monday. And then I got mine on Tuesday, which I was supposed to have mine a lot sooner. So here it is, everybody. Now this is how they come. I'm not really happy about this, you know, how they do this with the packaging, because I'd like more premium stuff, but it is what it is. So it comes in this weird, like it's camouflage, you know, like we're in Desert Storm over here, you know what I'm saying? So I thought this was kind of funny, you know, that they do this. It's with all their systems. I've bought more than one of these things, you know, so everything. So there's nothing else in the box. You get this weird thing. It's like good for camo if you're playing with like army men or something. So I'm going to keep that for like the kids. And then there's nothing else in the box, obviously. So we can just get rid of the box. So it's going to come wrapped. It's going to come super wrapped here. And as you can see with this wrapping, that stuff leaves a dust on it. And it says Analogue down here. And the wrapping will look like this, cheaply sealed on the sides by a machine. And then you got the Analogue symbol. And then, so obviously it's mass produced, it's folded over right here, and that's how it kind of goes. So let's see what the backside looks like. And then of course you got the console, and none of this matters as far as it goes because I'll never be going online with it, but that's what it says. And then, so, we're going to have to open this sucker up because I'm not waiting all day. So we're going to be making a lot of videos, okay? And we're going to test this machine against the Warrior 64 because the Warrior 64 is a Warrior. It's only natural that the Warrior takes on a 4K device. See which one's better. So we're going to do a comparison video. And as you can see, in my life, nothing is perfect. Look at this. This is what they did to me. You get the dented box. So, you know, that's real nice, ain't it? Now, it says 3D on here. I like how it says that. You know, it's kind of cool. Now, this top kind of comes off, and wha-bam! It comes with a really nice foam insert here that's really, like, neat and custom, which is really nice to have. You know, it's really good. It's good foam. So, that's good to have. Let's check this thing out. So, I'm not seeing really any dust on here. They did say, somebody said something about it could leave a fingerprint, and it kind of appears and then goes away with moisture. So you'll see that the device says HDMI, Bluetooth, and what the hell is that? Some sort of Wi-Fi, I guess. And so we do have our famous reset button, which stays as it is. And it says 3D computer graphics system. And of course we have the tabs that have an underlying grid line there. Now there is a guy that opened one of these up. I'm not opening mine up. Okay, maybe if I buy like 6 of these I will, but anyways. So we've got what is that? Some weird stuff on there. What is that? Yeah, FPGA, huh? And then Analogue 3D. And then, obviously, we're going to check out the fronts here. And you got your first controller, second controller, third and fourth. And then, obviously, those light up. We will be testing it tonight. And so, the bottom of the device with the analog symbol. And then down here, made in China, designed in USA and Japan. And then you have all this stuff that it meets FCC requirements and all that, so it won't short anything out, hopefully. And so it says it uses a 9 volt 3 amp. 9 volt 3 amp. And then we have their power right here. So as you can see, their power, and then their USB, and then another USB, and then their HDMI. So I kind of worry about some of their stuff. Now, their SD card is in here, and all you got to do is you should just be able to push on it, and it comes out. No, there's nothing in there. Oh, there is something. Look. This is what it looks like. Is there something? It's got an analog symbol on it. And it says it says SD, so that's your SD card right there. So that's kind of weird. Kind of weird, that they would put an SD card in here. And then we obviously have the inserts here. So it looks pretty good in there. It's black plastic, and it looks like there's nothing to really show deep in there, but you get what I'm saying here. So not too bad. So also this comes with a cleaner. Everybody kind of ruined the video by doing their preemptive thing, but I did want to let everybody know that the bottom of this is not hard plastic. It's actually like a rubber material. So actually it doesn't slide, and maybe that's why the grid pattern is like a cube, so it doesn't slide. But this is like a rubbery material. It's not real soft rubbery, it's kind of more hard rubbery. So it's like a grip, so it gives it a grip. Okay, so let's check this out. We do have a lot of games we're going to go through, and I don't want anybody to be discouraged here, but we're going to do all the games in time. So obviously there's this cover piece in here that's plastic junk, or paper. It's paper. It's cheap paper. And then in here, this comes with something unique. Now, I'm not too sure what this is, but usually it's like their little pictures and stickers. Oh, yes, they're stickers. FPGA, an analog sticker, and a quick start guide for more information, anybody? And then they've got some sort of rules of the road Bluetooth pairing. Power on, reset, do not insert, remove cartridge while game is running. Clean your games thoroughly before use. Cartridges. So, I like it that they do this, because right here there's two of these. Now, you can actually buy something very similar to this on Amazon. This is their cleaning device they give you. Choose device, clean pins with white side. So the white side is used to clean the pins. Okay, don't flip it around to the black side. So these, I would suggest probably going ahead and use those to maintain the game. You can get more of these on like Amazon and video game cleaner stuff, but wow, it's not easy to get out of there. I swore I seen somebody take these out, but you can break it in half here. And okay, so this side is like a foam. It's just like, just like a basic packing foam. This side here is kind of like a foam, like that type of foam. So this is, got bubbles. This one's more softer on this side. This side's maybe a little bit more stiffer, and then you can actually pleat break it in half, and then so forth. Okay, so they say use the white side. I have no idea, it's just a foam, and it's kind of almost like eraser foam or something, but it's, how good a quality is it? Of course I'm opening mine. I will get another one, but we do have other competitors making systems, and I want a colored one. So anyways, this is your little power cube that you plug in, and on the box it said 9 volt. So let's see here. Yeah, so it's hard to focus, huh? So on the box it did say 9 volt, and it's kind of important that you use theirs and not some sort of Amazon knockoff. Trust me, China doesn't know what they're doing. They send you stuff all the time. So, their cables, are they worth using? It says CACB01. And, a lot of people know that this is like your little, I guess, is this their HDMI? I mean, how junk is that, huh? Now, of course, I'm not going to be using their stuff. Not at all. This isn't even gold. It kind of looks gold on the screen, but it's definitely not gold. I use nothing but premium stuff that's been imprinted with gold. My butt is gold. Everything is gold. So we're checking this out. What else we got? This is probably the power cable. It has a number on there. The power cable is number 2. The other one was number 1. So obviously it came with like a little insert thing to prevent moisture. There's their analog symbol, USB-C, and then of course USB-C with their analog symbol. So boom, boom, connect together. Now, obviously, everybody knows that since this came out of California, your shipments are going to be shipped all over the place like Batman and Robin. And it's going to be a pain in the ass, and nobody likes pain in the ass. But I like the idea that they finally shipped this thing out before Christmas. And, yeah, because it gives me something to do. So, we're going to be trying the higher graphic games and the ones that look really good for this system. And we're going to test out all the features. We're going to go over everything. And also, let's do a size comparison. Okay? So obviously, you've got your analog here. And the Warrior 64 is freaking huge. Okay? It is freaking huge. Now, this literally is majorly huge compared to... But then new systems... So I actually like the Analogue. It's lighter. It's almost about the same heaviness as the Warrior. The Warrior is a little bit more. So not too bad. But yeah, major size and difference there. Okay. It's almost like the kids went out to play there. Okay. But we will be competing systems. So here's one of my very first originals. And because it's dirty, we're going to leave it dirty. Because I have one that's sealed and one that's in a box over here. And we got the Warrior, so everything is nice, but it is what it is. It still works. It's awesome. So, obviously the size difference is the same as like the Warrior. This thing, doesn't have no vents on the side, but it looks like there is some sort of vent hole on the sides here. Let's take a look. There is some sort of venting here, is what it looks like, would be my guess, unless if that's how you know. There's little holes in there from what I see. You can almost see it. And the same with this side here, and now I'm getting it dirty. But that don't matter, because, I'm probably going to buy another one, in case this breaks down, So you're going to have to buy a lot of these. All right, so let's get started and check out some video content and gameplay, because this is how it comes. It took them a while, but we love it. Thanks for it. Thank you, Analogue 3D. But we've all been waiting a while. If it was a little bit sooner, it wouldn't matter, because I've been busy no matter what. And I'm still setting stuff up. So let's get to the video and get to the stuff. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're checking this out here, and obviously you can see that it picked up a lot of dirt, a lot of dust, a lot of dirt. It was polishing it. It worked pretty good. And then we're going to use an original Nintendo controller, because I think the original controller would be best. Now this actually fits in quite simply and easily. It's not that bad. It actually just, it just goes right in and snaps in. A little bit rough coming out, not too bad. Snaps in when it's in, So make sure it snaps in. Now we're going to check out the gameplay. Okay, so this is the first screen that you're going to get. Basically, there's a little emblem before this, but that's it. And so they want you to hit the A button to continue. Let's take a look at this. It says breathing room. Place it in an open area away from other items and heat sources. Because those vents that I was showing in the video blows the hot air out the bottom sides, I guess. Or that's where the heat's going to come. So, important legal notice. Now, a lot of people have talked about this. Why is there a legal notice? you know? So I guess I'm going to have to agree to disagree, but I really just don't want to agree. What would happen if you did say no, you know? So obviously you have to go all the way to the bottom for it to highlight, like anything. Export controls, law. Funny how it says California. State of California in regards to the conflict of laws or rules. So if you're going to, if you're going to fight these guys, it's going to be out of San Francisco, California, for all their attributions. You know, if you want to do a lawsuit, there you go. There you go, folks. Get the latest 3D operating system. Using an SD card, this update includes many important features. An SD card is included with your Analogue 3D. Continue by scanning the QR code or go to Analogue link 3D manual update. Well, I would skip their operating system update first, but you probably are going to have to update it. Because I would give it a few days and then update it maybe, because you know how that is. Your Analogue is ready, multiplayer, as it was meant to be. Are you sure about that? So in-game menu, the hotkeys. That's really weird. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of stuff. So library, jump to inserted cartridge, which is B. Cycle display mode. Rumble transfer pack. Oh, I forgot to hook that up. Well, that doesn't matter. That just shakes away. Okay, so it says Star Fox 64, which is what I've got. It knows the game and the collection. As you can see on the left side, it just says, you know, player count, accessories, blah, 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 blah. And so it just kind of gives you some basic stuff right there. Now, this says December 18th of 24. Why does it say December 18th of 24 at 10? It's not 10 o'clock. It's not even December. What's that all about? I don't know. I think they got their dates wrong. Is that like something going on there? I don't know, but that just changed. It went from 04 to 05 p.m. So obviously the clock on the device is incorrect. So what's configure mean? So I pushed right on the yellow D-pad or whatever it is. And so there's a virtual expansion pack on. You got the display mode. And so you click A to highlight these. You got D-blur. You don't want no blur. It says 32-bit color. I would like to see higher. Disable you know that word, aliasing or whatever. Unlock RAM, CPU, speed. I guess you can overclock it here. So let's go back. Display mode is what everybody's talking about. There's PVM, CRT. Nobody wants CRT. Scan lines. Nobody wants scan lines. Clean. Professional. So I'd really like to know what these mean. So whenever you're playing the game, you can actually bring this up. So I don't know what BVM means, but we're going to find out. I'd like it clean, and I'd like it sharp. I'd like it full. They've got different options here for full. They've got, you know, original image size or stretch, cinema zoom. So I'd go with stretch, and then we're going back. And then we're going to play cartridge. It's with A. And so on my screen, you don't see it, but the computer is actually, so see, I'm running all high-end gear, but the TV I'm using is a very expensive TV. So the TV looks like you just seen it right there. So I'm kind of wondering, how do I bring that up? I think that option may be only what the 8-bit do. That's what it would be. So what we'll do is go ahead and restart. No, see, it wanted to restart that. We don't want to try that. So we're going to depower it and then repower the system. It says no signal, no video now, and it takes a little bit to boot up, I've noticed. So whenever you first turn it on, it's like delayed on the boot. It's like a really slow boot. So there you go with the 3D analog. Okay, so you want to go to configure, display mode. I'm going to put it to clean. I don't know what this BVM thing is, but I don't know, what that means. BVM, So, here we've got AI to help us here. What does BVM mean on Analog 3D? BVM mode replicates broadcast reference monitors for absolute sharpness, scan lines, and color accuracy. Okay. To solve the blurry signal. So I've seen somewhere where you could actually mess with the graphics, and I probably should hook up. So the PVM mode mimics high-end Sony Trillion monitors with aperture grills for a brighter, sharper image. CRT simulates a TV that looks like crap. BVM replicates broadcast reference monitors for absolute sharpness. So we're going to try that one. And we're going to do stretch. And I don't understand what the edge hardness is. And we'll find out. So we're going to go back. And now we're going to try it again. See how it looks. Now, I'll see once again. Maybe it's because I've got OLED everything, but this has scan lines in it and looks like crap. Okay, so we already know that looks like shit. And we're going to turn it back on until I stick my other controller in there. There was some options in there that show you stuff. So I've seen them where they got the video looking good. I am using a 4K cable, by the way. So that is possibly the difference. So we have this hardware, and it says deblur auto. I'm not too sure if any of this even helps. Virtual expansion pack. Region is on auto. None of that stuff even matters. Deblur. Like, there shouldn't be any kind of blur. So, clean. Didn't I try it on clean already? Clean wasn't that great. Scan lines is going to look like crap. CRT looks like crap. Let's try the PVM and see. Let's see down here. I don't know what soft means and hard means on the edges. I guess rounding of the edges. You don't want hard edges, I guess. Okay, so let's get this shindig going. What is the best setting? Okay, that one looks like shit too. So I guess I'd have to play this on my other TV, because my other TV has an up converter that fixes pixels and everything. And because I am using the most expensive ass TV down here, which is not fair to anyone else, this OLED TV I'm using is off the hook.
Priority 1.
So, on your guys' screen it looks alright, but on my screen it looks like shit. Okay? I'm not happy about it. You know, this is the truth. So, there was some 4K options. I'm gonna have to finish with the controller, update, set more stuff up. As you can see, those are the only options that I've seen. And so there is no other way of getting to the options screen anywhere. Because, you know, to be honest with you, right now, the Warrior 64 looks better than this. Now, I don't know if this is because I'm plugged into 4K with 4K cable. A lot of people were talking about this. There are some options. We're going to go through more options as we go on here. But I was going to use just a basic controller, you know, and that didn't work out for me. So, I didn't see any kind of switch on there that said 4K. I figured using premium stuff is going to be just fine. So, yeah, that doesn't look that great. It's so sad. You know? A lot of people out there want quality right out the window. Right out the window. So we're going to see. This thing takes forever to boot up, too. Alright, so there are some options left and right. So I left that out. The people that stayed this long. Display 4K. 4K at 60. Well, I hate to tell you this, but if that was on 4K at 60, that looked like straight crap. And so, system, latest installed, global reset, and about. Okay, so I've only got one page. Down at the bottom are those little like cookie things, you know, on the left side there. And then you'll notice that there's an X down there, almost like it's a computer. So you can see at the top of the screen it says library and then it says settings. I hate to tell you this, but that didn't really look very 4K to me, buddy. Now, there are some people that got into some other settings. Maybe the 8-bit duo will make it look better. But I am using an extremely high-end TV. Even my computers are high-end. All my computers are high-end. So, I've got like 7 or 8 computers, let's be honest here. So, I don't know what to tell you here, but this ain't good. This is not good. I do not like it, Sam I am. So do you think it's the blur? No, that does not. On an OLED TV. I'm not too sure what you guys are seeing, but anyway.
It's about time.
Good luck.
Now, it does take up most of the screen, but there seems to be scan lines, and I think it needs an update. The controller works great. It looks like crap. TV.
Flippy, get back here! Flippy, watch out! Bogey on your tail!
Are we supposed to be playing on this?
Whoa! Thanks, Fox!
What's
I
that?
thought they had me.
This is kind of horrible. Yeah. I guess we already know.
We're entering Corneria City now.
Now, on your guys' screen, it looks a lot better. So I'll have to adjust some of my settings,
Everybody stay
maybe
alert.
TV settings. So, let's see. Let's see here. Can we figure this out, everybody? So, I have a lot of stuff on as far as game optimizer, a lot of different stuff, and it is not picking up. I'm looking at I am looking at literally the screen right now. You guys can't see it. It's only showing you what's displayed in the picture, but it is not showing. It's showing 30 to 40 frames, give or take. The picture is not in 4K. It's actually like 720. Wow. It's picking everything up and tells me everything. This is not. There's got to be something I'm missing here. So the aspect that at advanced settings I'm looking at on my TV, you can't see this, which would be great right now for you guys to see. It's just the signal. I'd probably have to use my Sony TV, which is upstairs, because this TV is too advanced. The TV that I'm using, which I thought would be a great idea, it needs a higher signal rate. It needs higher stuff. Some people are saying use 1080p settings. It looks good with 1080p. Yeah. I had this hooked up with the Warrior 64 the other day on the TV upstairs, and it looked great. I'll show you the difference. This is crazy. So, we are going to be doing some testing. Maybe it's the update. Maybe it needs an update. Maybe there's something in the settings. So I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm still looking at the screen right now, and those frames per second don't look good, even though I set it to 60, right? So, these OLED TVs require a higher bit rate and signal. Basically, I am using more advanced technology right now than what this analog is even capable of. So my TV can actually do like over 8K actually. It's the expensive stuff. Oh yes. So maybe we'll try a different TV, probably my Sony, because this one is an LG, the most expensive LG you can buy. It was my mistake. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's horrible. So I'm gonna have to say, is it my TV settings? I am using 4K, so I'm gonna switch inputs and test that. But what we're gonna go ahead and do is, we did an unboxing today. We showed you some options. We showed you the setup, and there you guys have it. Now, when I get some time here, we're gonna do comparison. I'm going to try to figure out what is the best settings. Will it look better on an OLED TV versus the Sony full array? I am a full array LED kind of fan, but the OLED for watching movies on a big screen, I had to go with like LG's premium stuff. So, you got many different TV brands, and the Sony Brava 8 II is really badass, and I hate to tell you, that's not gonna work for this. That's what I have my desktop hooked up to. So I've got like so many laptops and desktops. To be honest, setting this up is going to be a pain in the ass, because I'm going to have to go through. The TV screen itself looks worse than what you're probably seeing right now, so you know. So I have to go through and check my settings. We're going to mess with this. And then I'm going to come back with a later video where we have everything set. So it gives you something to look forward to. And then we'll go deeper into this, because I'm already recording quite a bit of time already. So it's going to be a long video. So, future videos, we will be doing comparisons. I know people like Mad Little Pixel has time to just throw videos up there, because, that's all he's got to do, right? But I think some of those were like all looking the same on his little three-way that he showed. So I know other people had time. They had a whole weekend to actually record and test everything. So I'm going to get to the bottom of everything and go through the instructions, see if there's anything I missed, and then I'll be back with you on a later video. This weekend is Thanksgiving Day weekend, and we've got a lot to do and a lot of games to do. We're going to be gaming it up all winter, everybody. And the comparison videos I'm going to do, Warrior versus the Analogue versus the original 64. I have an HDMI output for that, and we're going to use component. We're going to see the differences. But this looks really kind of basic. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for stopping by. Subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Okay, so I did find some settings that look a little bit better, but you really got to mess with the settings.
Open the wings.
Obviously, it's one of those things where you really got to mess with it until you get it just right. A lot of people are saying Integra Plus and boost up the game and stuff.
Flippy, get back here!
You know, it does have a lot of different options.
Flippy,
You want
watch
to turn
out!
on
Bogey on your tail!
scan lines and grid lines. The whole purpose of buying this thing was being able to play the game in 4K.
Thanks, Bart.
Okay?
Thought they had
So
me.
4K is what the hell we want. We don't want no grid lines with the 1980s kind of TV looking stuff. Okay?
We're
I
entering
mean,
Cornelia
seriously,
City
that's
now.
why we wanted it. We want to play our game with high-end color attributes that look awesome. And so that's what we're really all about here. So all you people out
Everybody
there,
stay alert!
keep messing with the settings. A lot of people are saying the Integra Plus. And, yeah. So, you know, it is what it is. It does look a lot better like this, but I will try new settings to find the perfect
Use
settings
the brake!
for an OLED and update on that in the next one. And of course, my TV shows it differently than what your guys will be seeing. Be sure that the picture will be. Remember to set your YouTube settings to 4K.
Get the one behind me!
Everybody does have a 4K TV. I hate to say it, big mad little
Something's wrong
dictator,
with
but
the
not
TV.
everybody has a 4K and uses 4K.
Use the booster tank!
Yeah, it's 2025. Everybody's using
I
4K.
could use some help here,
TVs
Bob.
are like $20, okay?
Oh man, I'm
Get
gonna
with the
have to back
times,
off.
everybody. So, anyways,
Do a barrel
I
roll!
don't know. There's more work to be had here, people. More work to be had. Yeah, more work to be had. So it doesn't seem too bad. It's not too bad. I'd like it, like, if I could make this look a little better, but this is an over type TV. It really is. I know they're saying, you know, it's got a 2.1 HDMI. Well, I hate to tell you that, but
Try a
my
somersault!
TV's brand spanking new. So, it is a thing.
Enemy robot, dead ahead.
I mean, this year's build, you know, can their graphics
All range mode.
handle it? I'm curious to see what, you know, we want to see our games in 4K.
So this is Star Fox. I'm going to crush you!
Enemy shield analyzed.
Crash it.
Those who cross Andross will die!
This guy.
Aim for his back! Dang, I'm hit! Try a U-turn! No!
I just wanted to
Man, I can't destroy my ship. What's that?
Try a U-turn!
Of course, I have not played in 500 years.
No!
There used to be a way you could flip your plane around.
You are starting to annoy me! You are starting to annoy me! My Emperor! I failed
Well, there you have it, folks. We're a little bit better in graphics, but we're going to have to work on it. There's a lot of different settings on there. Thanks for stopping by. 24/7.
Zombie apocalypse.